Like and subscribe.
Khethurman, now good luck to both of you. Tocamos, buenas suertes.
And there's a straight left hand for the highest level, or at a very high level. Infuriated. Prescott came through,
and he needs a knockout to win. Can somebody figure out
body straight as Prescott.
Good luck. Buena suerte.
Sotelo, or Querétaro, or Tepic. These are... And Lawrence Cole is going to stop the fight. Good stoppage. Sanabria couldn't stay steady on his feet.
Touch him up. Come out of the belt.
From odd angles and at moments when you don't expect it. Through Cameron Duncan, that brought him to the opportunity to throw it.
so that he'll fight him. You can't fight him a little bit. Good hook.
Curious about the matchup. Going in, looking
He doesn't say that. In the fight with me yesterday, seemed like everything we said, all he said was so.
Right.
Oh, that body shot hurt though. Oh.
They're having a clean match. Good luck and God bless you.
He's looking for range finder.
He's just done that with that right hand. That was clever. A good stuff from Crawford there.
And getting through, and Burns is backed up for the first time in the fight, and Burns shaken up and pushes it with the left, but still digging in again, and then immediately Crawford comes. Once again, Burns being
getting this one. He's been hesitant, he's been uncomfortable, he's had successes here and there.
All time. Good luck to you.
I said, boy, I really hope I'm there to see that.
Crawford really making good adjustments in this round. Is going to make this fight really interesting. Crawford.
Hard left hand by Crawford.
That good, quick right hook.
Good hook. There's that hook.
Another right hook by Crawford.
Seen in 20 years.
Yep.
He can switch, and he's almost just as good left-handed, as he is right-handed.
Here comes Gamboa again. And there go the shots. And down goes Gamboa one more time. Another tremendous counter shot by Terrence Crawford.
Not so much of the head shots as the body shot.
Oh, this fight went from
exchange. Tremendous exchange. Gamboa almost went down again.
6 or 30 pounder, not necessarily 30 from that size wheel. Oh, Gamboa, good hook.
Big left hook by Crawford. Uppercut by Crawford, you heard?
Crawford is hurt.
Crawford's hurt now after a Gamboa shot.
Crawford inside.
And now Crawford's taking command again. And he hurts Gamboa.
Oh, that was Gamboa.
Thunderous shots by both fighters. Oh, down goes Gamboa. Third knockdown for Crawford. Tremendous left-hand shot by Terrence Crawford.
One shots, bringing them up from the floor, and Gamboa coming forward.
Down goes Gamboa, and that'll do it. Fourth knockdown of the fight, and a knockout for Terrence Crawford.
That was a great fight. A great fight.
And a star-making performance of the highest order.
Touch gloves. Good luck to both of you.
Some of those guys, though, don't seem quite as effective from the opposite side.
Somehow seems even longer from the southpaw. Here's as Manny Pacquiao's primary sparring. Best shot of the fight for Beltran, and he did exactly what Max talked about. Such a fighter.
Yeah, he won't let you take the play away from him.
Never. Hammering Beltran in the corner. And for the second round in a row, Crawford brings the crowd out of their seats.
And something to get excited about and remember.
Taking risks. One more try for a big shot. And the closing bell as Crawford raises his gloves in celebration.
Still undefeated. Still the WBO lightweight champion of the world, Terrence Bud Crawford.
Keith Different is interesting. Thurman brings a thoughtful and cerebral, if not intellectual, mindset into the ring. When he's not training, you're likely to see Thurman reading established him as a welterweight to watch. And while we were watching, he was thinking, and thinking big. In July 2013, the fight was still to be won when Thurman crippled Chavez with a hook to the body.
Oh, body shot there by Thurman, and it drops Chavez to one knee.
It was the first time Chavez had ever been down, and he never fully recovered. In the 10th, the end came emphatically with a right hand downing Chavez once more.
Thurman on the attack, swarming Chavez along the ropes, and Chavez is again down on the canvas.
Perfect timing.
And this fight is over. Keith Thurman stops Diego Chavez.
The welterweight division was heating up, and Thurman was red hot. It seems an unwritten rule that every contending welterweight has to fight warhorse Jesus Soto Karass. But fighting Soto Karass and beating him have been two different things. Fighting Soto Karass was a risk, but a calculated necessity. In the fifth, a left uppercut floored Soto Karass.
And down goes Soto Karass! Wow!
Sensing he had hurt his opponent, Thurman began to chip away, and in round 9, the weapon of choice was his left hook, with Thurman dropping and stopping his rugged rival.
A left hand and Shirley steps in. The fight is over. Keith one-time Thurman remains unbeaten.
Thurman was 25 years old, 22-0, and as promising a young fighter as anyone could name. Thurman began his 2014 campaign in April of that year when he took on a former world titleist in Julio Diaz at the StubHub Center in Carson, California. What figured to be a war turned into a disappointingly abbreviated battle.
Oh, the left uppercut jacking the jaw of Diaz.
The left hand to the top of the head convinced Diaz to take a knee in round 2. And after the third, the veteran surrendered in his corner due to a rib injury. Diaz never fought again. In 3 fights on Showtime, Thurman had 3 KOs, but nobody KOs everybody. His next fight was a Las Vegas date with Italy-based Leonard Bundu. In the first round, Thurman, coming off an injury to his left shoulder, scored a knockdown.
Oh, and Thurman already drops him with that left!
Bundu was undefeated, but he was also 40 years old and clearly out of his depth.
Thurman attacking the body.
So it was not unreasonable to anticipate another early round blowout. But the clever Bundu fought to survive, and Thurman opted to finesse his way to a 12-round unanimous decision win, winning every round in the process. Better to be smart. In January 2015, Thurman was elevated from interim WBA welterweight titleist to full champion. His first defense came 2 months later, and it was a historically significant fight. The first presentation of Premier Boxing Champions was Thurman versus former 2-division titleist Robert the Ghost Guerrero, and the fight, which aired on NBC, marked the return of boxing to primetime network television. Thurman Guerrero was the first primetime fight on NBC in 30 years, and it was watched by more than 4 million viewers. It was a grueling fight. Although Thurman was getting the better of the exchanges, both fighters showed the effects. Thurman broke through in the 9th, flooring a bloody Guerrero. But in the immediate aftermath of the knockdown, Guerrero accelerated, especially in round 10, and over the course of the last 3 rounds, the action was both fierce and sustained. Thurman won a clear-cut unanimous decision, and what is best described as having been a one-sided, competitive fight. Four months later, Thurman faced another lefty and another former champ in Brooklyn's Luis Collazo. The fight took place in Tampa, only 20 miles from Thurman's hometown of Clearwater. If Guerrero was physical and confrontational, Collazo was slick and cunning. It was a surprise then that toward the end of round 5, and with Thurman in control, Collazo connected with a devastating left to the body. The effect was instantly apparent, with Thurman backing to the ropes in obvious pain.
Collazo with his best work.
It looked like it hurt him in the body a little bit.
A champion who wants to extend his reign is, at some point, going to have to prove he can overcome adversity. Thurman did just that, and in the 6th, he opened a nasty cut over Collazo's right eye. The 7th was all Thurman, and after that round, Collazo indicated that blood from the cut was hampering his vision.
Okay, let me see. You want me to stop this?
Since the cut had been opened by a punch as opposed to a butt, Thurman was declared the winner by TKO. The fight had not gone smoothly, with the scare in the 5th round a potentially career-changing moment. But Thurman had survived, and advanced. And that advancement took him to his biggest bout to date, a showdown with his third consecutive former world champion, Shawn Porter.